A very big welcome to you, my dear Virgo, and of course, always a very big welcome to all the other zodiac signs that felt like getting an inspiration for today. The sun is in Taurus, in the Hierophant, or we have turned in such a way that now we see the constellation Taurus behind the sun. And the sun is highlighting you, my dear Virgo, today, and that's why you become only once a month a reading from me, but a thorough 30 minutes at least. A deep look into what is influencing us, what is coming down, and the sun in Taurus and the moon in your sign. The story here is told of two different schools, spiritual schools. One is a little bit more like the five, I am being tested. The 9 is the completion. The 5 is that human, right? Is that pentagram, is that 5, the head, the 2 arms and the 2 legs. And you, my dear Virgo, you are a completion. You went back up to the mountain from the Fool who started from the mountain. You go back up into the mountain and you have realized something. You have the light and you have the wand. You have that clear thought, you have that clear action, and you are in yourself the phallic positionings. You don't need to show anything anymore. Here we still have red and white. Red, the first chakra, the school, the tantric school, the red tantra, and then of course the white tantra, the two opposites of the first and the 7th chakra. And here in the 7th chakra, the 3 stages, the triangle, and the 2 pillars that frame the Hierophant or the high priest. And you are in a way also a high priest, but you have renounced everything and you said, I don't need any of this life out there anymore. I have found within myself a whole new understanding. And so this is already a story in itself, just the sun and the moon coming together. And this is happening only, this combination, once a year. Then for me, of course, the Taurus energy as an energy in yoga, I want you to become the 2 pillars. I want you to get into that movement. You get the information. This is like not a job. This is a calling. You get the information, you bring it down, and you bowing down in front of yourself, in front of these 2 sides within you, and the 3 stages of this movement, and of course then the buildings or the institutions that usually are closed or secret or no one should know about it. I want them to be more open and clear. And then of course here the star, the pentagram, connected and giving you this solid energy, that groundedness. Now for you, my dear Virgo, I used the mountain pose, very simple, with Namaste, with the connection that these 2 hands that hold the wand and holds the lantern are now coming together. And in the Namaste, we feel there is the union of yoga felt, physically felt, and you look at yourself from the future and from the past, and in the center the 7 chakras, the energy pushing up through you, and here the Mercurian symbol, almost like a crown, almost like an opening, and then all the path that you have taken from the Fool to the number 9. And then again here it continues, right, to the card number 21. And here it's almost like you standing like this person, you shining a light to those who follow, who want to come up to the mountain like you. Then here is the Knight of Pentacles. This is the court card that is connected with you, and the birthday is August 13 to September 11th. So you are this kind of personality. You sit on a horse, you grounded, you're stable. Sometimes you're a little bit too grounded, too stable because the horse is not moving. Just remember to not follow just the money. The physical also allow to create growth, right? Create change in your life. You like to have things a little fixed And so it's really important that you are learning to open yourself up. Now I have 3 lines, the past, the present, and the future, which is for me not really the past and the present and the future. All of them are now. Nevertheless, I go back into 1888, into the Rose, the Order of the Rose Cross, and into the Order of the Golden Dawn, where these cards, Golden Dawn and Aleister Crowley's cards, which were very influential on other people, come from. Now, the Rose Cross is Oswald Wirth, and I only use the 22 major arcanas to give you an overall feeling of the reading. And the first card that came out is the card number 16, La Maison Dieu. This is French. He was a Swiss person. And in Swiss, they all speak 3 languages. They speak Italian, they speak French, and they speak German. And then, of course, they also speak English. But here you see the house of God is crumbling. Something is cutting your crown. Something is, it's almost like Taurus loses its crown. Taurus is, when he bows down, he is realizing, okay, I do not need this kind of energy anymore. And this is almost like it's saying, yeah, this is leaving. This is leaving, and something else is coming up. Something else wants to be lived. The new generation doesn't want this kind of energy anymore. And the number 16 is the number 7, which is then the crown chakra, which is then the yellow, which is the information that's coming down through Taurus. The arrow that is pointing down is saying, yeah, allowed to arrive, allowed to be here, allowed to let the sun highlight you, which is then in waxing. And we have a full moon on Sunday, Monday, 15th, 16th of May, with the full lunar eclipse. And so there is something really powerful happening to you on this full moon in Scorpio, which is opposite of Taurus. So there is a cycle closing, there is a meeting happening between the past and the future in the present moment. And so you are going to be looking at that and see something wants to completely say, let go and receive this information. Now the Hermetic Tarot, they're only in black and white. It's the next one. These both schools or orders or brotherhoods were 1888, like a long time, almost like 120 years ago, right? So the card that came up here is the 4 of Cups. And the 4 of Cups is Moon in Cancer, which is coming soon, right? But the sun in, or the moon in Cancer, is saying you got everything, but now you also have to let go of the pleasure, because for me this is sometimes also an orgasm, right? So when we look at the 21 major arcanas, the 22nd card is the 0 as well, so it can switch, is that from 15, card number 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, it says 7 stages. And this is the second stage. So it's almost like the devil is the first chakra and the tower is the second chakra. And the second chakra is creativity and sexuality. And the cups is all the emotions that are running in us. And there is something that is this, there is an orgasmic breakthrough that is then giving you maybe a little too much of, well, now I am the lord of the blended pleasure here. So some cards are German and some cards are English, but it's the picture that is important. And I'll also take a picture of all the cards so you can at the end look at the reading the cards yourself and create your own understanding of what is this saying to you. But it's saying, hey, Look up, start seeing why is this happening. Look up and see why is this crown coming down? Why is this happening to you? Because you have then 1920 the Rider-Waite, which is then coming also of the Hermetic order, or the order, the secret order of the Golden Dawn, which is here then the Hermetic Taurus, the black and white deck. Mr. Edgar Waite comes out of that school, and Aleister Crowley, which comes after in the decks here. So then you get the Three of Pentacles and the Four of Pentacles, which is very interesting because then this Four of Cups and the Four of Pentacles is framing the Three, is framing again and again the Three, which is the three stages: body, mind, and spirit. And here we can see again this triangle, this building something, and two fours are framing it, which then becomes like an 8. So it's 4-4. It's a 4-4 portal. 2 times the 4 is there's a sexuality that is giving you a sexual energy that is opening your heart, a sexual energy that is opening the love to build something new, to build a new important, this is exactly Taurus, right? To build a church, to build a movement, the 3, to build a movement that then can inspire others. Very important that you see that. And so this is what's talking. And then Aleister Crowley, 1996, is this card that is speaking about the Knight of Cups, which is a Pisces. Then the path of love continues, the path of looking for the Holy Grail, understanding that the 4th Grail that came to the 3 is this, again, 3, this unity within yourself, this movement, inhale up, exhale coming down. It's this movement, this 3, the 4th cup that's coming to it, is not so that you have even more pleasure, so that you can even more be a little bit like, yeah, whatever. No, this is here so that you can continue the path of love, that you can continue the path of love that's saying love is the only path or the only goal worth going for it. And then Herman Handel is coming and the Holy Grail is here. Look at that. So 1985. Here the Holy Grail speaking to you, that one drop coming down, that one holding up. So it's almost like, yes, this is helping you to move and to create a movement, an elegant movement, because you're not moving, you're here and you're standing. But this movement is like, this is this gentle movement. It's not a brutal movement, even though here this is pretty brutal. The tower is like, bam, it's cutting your head off and it's saying, all right, check the new path that I'm bringing to you. And this path, holding up the Holy Grail, is now close up, and you can really see that this little one drop is coming down and saying, this is what we all talk about. In the small is all the universe contained, and the whole universe. I mean, it's these two sides, right? In the big is the small, and in the small is the big. And a second card came up from Herman Handel, which is the Ace of Swords. So a clear path that's saying go emotionally and mentally forward on a path of love, on a path that is inspiring the people to do the same. And this is what we can do. We cannot teach, we cannot tell them what to do. We can only inspire them, and you get the inspiration. You get almost like here the light from the sword, in here the lantern, here you have the wand, but you're also getting the Holy Cup now. And then comes from the medicine woman, the native Indian, you got the King of Cups. The Pisces energy has moved, the Knight of Cups is now a king. The prince has become a king. You have shifted your awareness into, yes, here is now a king. You have found the Holy Grail. You have stayed true to yourself. And you have the Scorpio where the full moon is highlighting the lunar eclipse, right? Taurus. In the month of Taurus, we have the full moon in Scorpio. And it's highlighting, the sun is highlighting this full moon. And now you have the King of Cups, a Scorpio coming up with the page, with these children that are very much wanting to learn this path that you are now realizing yourself, that you are realizing you can build on, that you are realizing you can create a stability out of that. Sun in Capricorn, just be careful that you don't hold on too much with this, right? Financial success. And of course, since it's the past, so you have learned and realized something, and you are learning and realizing even more and more. Then comes the present moment. And so here comes you looking forward into this present moment, and out of here comes an oracle card that's saying the number 46, which is a 10, a night ride. You have, with this dark horse, you have the elephant. You have the elephant that is right here in these open buildings. Yeah, the energy of the elephant, the groundedness from the Indian perspective, the elephant is grounding you even more, but you also have this spiritual awakening through the children, through the new generations that are sitting up here on this horse, and you know for some reason you're holding something very powerful, very strong within you that can help the new generation to be stable, to be protected, to feel good. Then comes the 9 of Fire reverse, and that's moon in Sagittarius. And Sagittarius is, of course, a fire energy, an energy that's saying also in this pursuit of the stars, in this pursuit of understanding how things work, how the spiritual work is done, how the miracles are done. In the reverse, right? It's like the native Indians say, when it's reverse, it's just not here yet. So you have pushed yourself through a lot of things. You fought, even though you realize sometimes you maybe fought a little too much, but it's a 9. And again, the 9 is connected with you, my dear Virgo, right? So you are getting a message here, a very strong message that this is the end of pushing too much, the end of saying, okay, arrive, let this all just be. Then comes here the mystical shaman oracle. And this is the card number 21, which is a 3, again, giving us the 3 stages, the 3 to build. And you then as a gatherer, and you are very much a gatherer, you're very much this hermit, and the hermit knows how to gather, the hermit knows how to take care of himself, is speaking to you with then the animal spirit guidebook, and you are able to call what you've learned out into the world. And we're just going to look at the Nightingale, which is an air sign, which is then connected with the sword. The Nightingale, let me have a look where she is. The Nightingale is speaking about, and I feel like she's calling on the full moon on Sunday, Monday. Fearless voice, speech, communication, or song. When in balance, sings, speaks freely with kindness. And yes, that's what it's all about, kindness. And I think on this full moon, something is going to really deeply happening to you. You're going to be connected through the movement of the moon cycles, understanding that everything has its time, but time at the same time doesn't exist, because after that you have the Nine of Pentacles and the Eight of Pentacles, and that's Venus in Virgo and Sun in Virgo. I mean, 9-8, of course you go down, but going down is going to the one, is going to the head. It's not like the chakras, it's a reverse, but it's the same meaning. So you come into a clear arrival with yourself, into a clear, I am my own boss, I'm my own inspiration, I know which one to pick, where's the piece, and I know how to work. Venus in Virgo and Sun in Virgo. I mean, you get really a clear message that you are on the right path, that you're understanding that the spiritual friendliness, the spiritual message of love and connection, the spiritual message of being there for others. And it's just a little bird flew up while I'm holding this. It caught my eye. And the spiritual message of real love through then even Scorpio. You have Pisces and Scorpio here, is giving you, yes, I am doing the right thing. I am arriving. I'm becoming a master through also the lunar cycles. I am learning. So am I learning here. And then into the future, the last row, you got this beautiful card coming to you, speaking to you, saying, yes, an actualization is happening. Here's the name of the card, and it's saying you will achieve your full potential by virtue of your creativity and your honest pursuit of truth. Honest pursuit of truth, honest pursuit of truth. You're speaking about it, you're acting about it, you're working with it, you are clearly understanding the message, clearly seeing the duality, clearly seeing these two pillars. You clearly have arrived within yourself, because this is the last card, the number 64, which is a 10, a 1 and a 0. 1 is the Magician, 0 is the Fool. And again, you begin a new cycle and you're looking at this beautiful picture. I mean, it's so gorgeous. I'm going to put it in the front. And I think I'm going to put this and this on the front and then the last one. Something like that. Let's see. But you can see that something is really truly speaking to you. And then right after comes the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords is then the meditation. So you have already a 4 of Cups, a 4 of Pentacles, and a 4 of Swords, a 3 times 4 portal. And you have 2 times a 3 portal, right? So we also need to check that always. Then these portals are important. And you 46, this is a 10. This is alone, 1 and 0. But you have here then Jupiter in Libra, which is here the 4 of Swords, an understanding at this moon phase. You see here, this is like the moon. You understand really deeply. You can meditate, you can even rest on this half moon and completely understand the 3 again, right? You understand the 3 and you're getting 1 extra, which then is 4, is a stability. It can arrive. You have the 3 feathers, and you have the 4th feather, right? And then you have here the 3, and you get an understanding what that means, what 4 means. 4 comes after 3. And so after the 4 of Swords comes the number 13, the solitary desert. I mean, being by yourself, retrieving, reconnecting, looking, and this is 13, which is then also a 4, but 13 is the death card in the major arcana, which is Scorpio. Scorpios here, that growth cycle that you went through from Pisces, from Knight of Cups to King of Cups. I mean, it's like you're learning and you're growing, and you constantly, by pulling yourself back, by resting, by swinging, by, look how beautiful you are in the future, understanding sometimes it's important to pull back. You have 3 little birds. I mean, the 3 is literally speaking through Taurus. The 3 stages here is speaking to you, and you understand that it's all, the numbers are so powerful and so clearly speaking to you. So you have again a 4-4 portal. You have a 4-4 portal, and you have a realization that even this 4-4 portal again, 4 times the 4, the heart is opening, the heart. And it's very interesting because here you have the 46 and here you have the 64. There's the reverse. Look at that, right? So again, these 2 sit here and are protected by the elephant, are protected almost by the Hierophant, are protected and can blossom. See that? 10-10. So you have a 10-10 portal as well. And one more little test, which is the 10 of Swords, which came reverse. This is the Muse Tarot. And usually they say, they speak from an ending, they speak from, now the 10 of Swords is like, I mean, excessive thinking and letting really go and really saying, okay, I do not want this anymore. And yes, you do not want that anymore. You have realized something. You have arrived at, yeah, I understand what it's all about. I understand that my life is when I pull back, when I go deep within, then I can also see that this is intense, but it's reversed. So maybe it's not there yet. That's why it's also the future. Or you also realize, okay, maybe this triangle, you see this triangle from Taurus is saying, okay, allow the spiritual to penetrate you, to get deep within you, allow any message to open you up completely, and almost like you're flying and you are having your guardian angel, which is Temperance, number 14, the 5 to this 5. Allow to get penetrated, allow to be opened up through these cycles, allow the sexual energy to release you, to open you mentally. See that the 10 is a 1 and a 0. See that this is a new beginning, and there is again the moon cycles in here, the understanding that everything is a cycle, everything is a twist or a shifting between right and left, up and down, in and out. And then comes the number 41, the opposite, 14 and 41. Again, this playing with numbers here, it's the 4 and the 6, the understanding of the stability, the understanding of the 4 of Cups, the understanding of the 4 of Pentacles, the understanding of the 4 of Swords, right? The 4 is the Emperor, and of course the 6 are the Lovers. And so here you get also a 14 and a 41, a reverse. I mean, this is what's making me do these readings, is because I can see through the numbers, the message in itself, and of course the pictures sometimes add like a very strong, and this full moon is going to really shift you. This full moon is going to make you realize what love really means, what when you open yourself really means, Also sexually open yourself up completely, right, into the crown chakra, into this, what this is speaking about, but seeing it in the lantern, seeing it within you, united within you, into this moon maiden. You're diving deep within. You are letting yourself fall. The drop is falling in here, and you are in this cup. You falling into this cup from the full moon on. This full moon is going to shift and change you major, and is going to start a new beginning. New beginnings, new 5 through the Taurus. The 5 as that, yes, tests are here. We get tested all the time, but tests make us stronger. These tests make us more determined. And you holding the 5 in your hand. The test of the 5 is innate to you. You know what that means. You know that this, in a way, is the biggest test, is to find your worthiness, your arrival of being a spiritual leader, of being, through these tests, being tested all the time. These spiritual energies are constantly in movement, and you are here to talk about it. You are here to share it with everybody else. Whatever difficulties you went through, 9, right? It's like you really know how then to share it with the people out there, no matter what happened to you. So that is the message right now from Sun in Taurus, highlighting the moon in your sign. And I hope I see you in the next reading, because then our Earth is moving in such a way that we see behind the Sun the constellation Gemini. Gemini is the lovers. Gemini is loving yourself. Gemini is the lovers, right? Pisces, Scorpio is really arriving into, you don't have a 6 here, I'm looking. There's no 6. I mean, there's a 6 here, 4 and 6, right? The lovers. Again, 6 and 4, the lovers. So we're going to see what that's going to tell you. Until then, I thank you so much for being with me. Namaste.